welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Mucho Dinero TV show, where we educate, we empower, and we promote people and their businesses on purpose. Every time we get a chance, I want to welcome Queen Lunesha, and I also want to welcome Queen Angela, who's also known as A Fox. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Hello, everybody.
I am so excited. It is 9 a.m. here. Well, 9:15 actually here in sunny, hot Las Vegas. And I think you're hailing from where, Queen Lunesha?
North Carolina.
North Carolina, yay! North Carolina in the house. And you, Angela?
Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes.
We have a Georgia peach in the house today. I'm so excited. And as you all both know, I am from a small town in South Carolina. I was raised, I say, on a dirt road. Grew up on a dirt road, to be honest with you. So I want to shout out to everybody that is from South Carolina also. I'm missing home now. I'm missing the crabs and I'm missing that fish.
Yum.
Really beginning to miss the food. Oh yeah, I miss my family too. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
But I do miss the food.
Yes.
So today we're going to be talking about pageantry. We have two real live, for real queens in the house, and they're wearing their crowns, everyone. So if I were you, I would gather up all of my little girls. I would gather up all of my sisters, and I would say you need to tune in to this podcast, to this show today, because we are going to really delve into the life of pageantry. And I'm just so excited, just so excited. I have my two little grand girls. I have three, but two of them are listening. They wanted to cheer on their pageantry coach, Miss Queen Lunesha. Whoop, whoop. Both of them are Oh, and Millie said, "Hey, Nana." Hi, Millie. Nana loves you.
Oh, hello, Queen.
I am so excited. I know you can tell. So be sure that you go ahead and you get your friends, get your just share this out, because I believe that we're going to be blessed. If you guys knew what we just went through behind the scenes, you wouldn't want to miss this today, because we just went through some things behind the scene, but we're here. But we are here. So I think I'd like to start off with Queen Lunesha. Queen Lunesha, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, so I am Queen Lunesha, your Miss Full Figure North Carolina Plus 2021 Miss Congeniality. I won talent. I also actually won social media, community service, swimwear, and also Miss Runner-up for the Miss Full Figure USA pageant 2021 as well. So, but I definitely am Queen Lunesha, and I'm so honored to be here with Angela and also Dr. Tonya. These women are absolutely amazing. So I'm so honored to be here with you all. I am a master certified life coach, provide pageantry services, as well as I'm also an author, and the list goes on and on. So I am so excited to be a part of this conversation. Me and Angela were talking just a little bit in the background, and we're excited about this conversation because we are going to be able to kind of debunk some things and some ideas that people may have about pageantry. So thank you so much, Dr. Tonya, for this opportunity.
Welcome. Ladies, we have over 100 people listening right now, and I thank God for that. Isn't that a blessing?
Yes.
Wow. So I want to welcome all the people that are listening right now. If you have any questions about pageantry, be sure to drop them in the comments. And I'm pretty sure Queen Lunesha and Queen Angela will be happy to share the answers to those questions. Now, Dr. A.
Hello. It is me, A Fox of the Angela Foxworth Show. And I am so excited to be on Mucho Dinero Television. It is just an honor. Queen Lunesha, we know each other, but we've never had the honor of meeting in person. So we were just talking about, we got to get that done real soon. We really do. I am the reigning U.S. Majesty Woman 2020 of the U.S. Majesty Scholarship Pageant. And I am just elated to be here with you. I actually love the world of pageantry. I was it has changed my life in so many ways. But it also, has allowed me to, have opportunities that I never knew I would have. So it is definitely a world I cannot wait to talk about, and just excited to be here with you ladies. I really, really am.
Thank you so much. And I'm honored to have you both here on this show today. And I don't know anything about pageantry, but I'm going to be honest with you. I have watched some of the shows, on TV with my little
Yes.
grandgirls. And in my mind, I envision them walking across the stage and receiving their, receiving whatever title it is. And I envision them having their crowns on their heads. So I'm so excited. So excited. So I'm going to use my grandgirls to live out that dream.
Hey, it is never too late, Dr. Tonya.
Thank you. Thank you. I think I may try.
That's right.
I may try. So what I'd like to get into right now, and Dr. A, Queen Angela, what I'd like you to do is to probably like walk us down on what your pageantry journey. How did you get started?
Well, it's so funny. So pageantry was not anything that I was interested in, nor did I know anything really about it. I would like to give a shout out to my hometown of Jacksonville, Florida, Duval. Look, I cannot be on this stage and not represent them, okay? But that actually, I feel like, is where the journey started for me. I was homecoming queen 1991 at Sandalwood High School in Jacksonville, Florida. So fast forward, life happened. Everything that I thought that I was going to do in life, I didn't end up doing. So I kind of felt like a statistic, to be honest with you. So then fast forward a few more years, I moved to Atlanta with my son. I was a single mom at the time. I ended up meeting my husband here, got married. And then 20 something years later, I started my dream of being a talk show host. And once I started doing that, it afforded me a lot of different opportunities. So one time, a dear friend of mine, who is just an amazing gentleman, he was actually invited to be a judge at the National American Miss Pageant. And I had never heard of it or anything, but I thought, hey, this is fun. And he was like, I think, you would love doing this and it would be good for you. So, I was able to become a judge. And when I tell you, it blew my mind. It just blew my mind that some of these young girls were so confident, and they spoke very well and they knew who they were. And that level of confidence and vulnerability, it was so attractive to me. I ended up absolutely falling in love with what I saw. And the funny thing was, I felt like I learned more just watching them, and it changed like even things about myself that I didn't even realize I was insecure about. And things that I feel like, it just really was just mind-blowing to me how much they were just grounded. And then I had a group of judges who would say, oh, Angela, I think you would be great for a pageant. And I'm like, huh? Are we talking about the same Angela Foxworth? I was like, listen, I'm not refined. I say what I want to say. I'm not like what I called a beauty queen or a pageant girl. That's just not me. And they kept telling me, no, you just don't understand. You would be wonderful for this. And I did not know that they had pageants for women, older. I didn't know that. So at 40 something, I kept like just making it light, like they're just telling me this. I really honestly felt like they were just saying, okay, for the plus size girl, we don't want her to feel bad, so just let's tell her she would be a good pageant woman. You know how that goes, right? And so one day I literally one of the ladies was talking to me, and she was really serious about me joining this particular pageant. And she said, I know you have all these reasons why you don't, but she said, you want to know why I asked you to do it? And I said, why? And she said, because you would represent a demographic of women who wouldn't normally think this would be for them. And when, you know, when someone approaches you like that, it's like, okay, dang, it's not even about me anymore. It's about what would I represent for somebody else that looks like me, that talks like me, that is like me. And so from that point on, I delved in, and, you know, getting into that competitive world, it just was brand new to me. I just ended up, you know, going fully, and I didn't win my first year. I got first runner up, and then the second year I won my national crown. So it just represented so much for me at that time.
Thank you for telling me that. And I think I find inspiration in your story, because I just don't believe that none of us will ever be old. We'll never be old.
You're
What
right.
we'll do is we're aging gracefully, and we're
Amen.
aging beautifully.
Amen.
And I'm one of those people where I don't let what I wear and the decisions I make, they're not mandated by what age I am.
Correct.
So, what I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm encouraged that even though you were the age that you were, you didn't let that stop you from going forward and doing something entirely different.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if any of the listeners know this, but I am a global business consultant, and I'm a media consultant. I have the Mucho Dinero TV network, you know, and I'm just not afraid to do things that I've never done before. I think that's so important, so important. And you know what I just love your story, Angela. I really do. Thank you for inspiring us. You know, thank you for trying. And I like the fact that you didn't leave out the fact that you didn't win the first time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because lots of times what we do is we give up.
Yes.
I'm guilty of that. You know, we just continue to give up. And you're right. You know, God, we're beautiful. We're all royal women of God.
Amen. Yes.
We're all royal women of God. And because of that, because we're royal women of God, we come in all different types of shapes and forms. And, you know, we just, you know, we're not going to all be thin models like Naomi, you know. And I'll never be, when I graduated from high school, I was 88 pounds. I will never be 88 pounds again, nor do I want to be, you know?
Yes.
That's the truth.
Yes.
So thank you so much for telling us the story. So tell me, Angela, what type of, what was the name of the pageant? You said it was say that again.
It was U.S. Majesty Scholarship Pageant. Yes.
U.S. Majesty Scholarship Pageant. Okay, good. That's good. That's good to know. So that the listeners, and you guys were almost at 300 listeners now, so that the listeners can actually go and do some research. But thank you so much for telling us.
Because it's now based out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. So Shane is was the coach. You'll see all of her information. Her and her husband, they were just absolutely phenomenal.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for inspiring us, Dr. A. Queen Lunesha, I don't know your story. Now it's time for us to hear your story.
Yes.
Listen, I absolutely enjoyed Angela's story so much, because it is truthfully a story of inspiration and perseverance and determination and not giving up. Try one time, but go back at it again until you get your crown. I absolutely loved it. Thank you so much. So for me, the reason why I started, I will give you the version that allows you to kind of go back with me in time. So this came out of the first reason why I went out was because in 2014, I lost my mom, but I had lost my father a couple of years previously. Wow. So that in turn, you know, that kind of flips your life upside down, right? It is a newfound way of living. So after that, you know, you always are searching for a way to rejuvenate yourself, right? To reintroduce yourself to the world. And that's exactly what happened to me. But fast forward in 2020, I literally ran into one of my beautiful colleagues had told me about a pageant system here in North Carolina, and she knew the actual director. She said, you know what? I think you should go out for the pageant. I think you would be great at it. Ran into the pageant director, and literally I was talking to Angela about it just a few before we started, and I said, you know what, timing is everything, because I literally could not even avoid trying to do it. I ran right into the pageant director. We were in the same space. She said, you were supposed to come and do the pageant with me when we first started, which was in 2015. So I have to pause and say, shout out to our director, the gorgeous Perusha Jones Sharon, because listen, her persistence, she allowed me the grace to be able to say that I was going to do something in 2015, and I actually started the journey in 2020. So 5 years later. So if you haven't done something, know that it's all about timing.
Yes.
God will put you in the right place at the right time in order to fulfill your purpose and to reach your goals, no matter even if you try to run from it. So whenever I did finally meet her and started the pageant process, it was my first time, in a pageant program. Had did a lot of things around pageantry, but competing myself started in 2020, and then in 2021 I was able to be crowned Miss Full Figure North Carolina Plus 2021. And let me tell you, the pageant process in and of itself, it changes you. It changes you from the inside out. I was not able to just introduce myself to the world as Miss Full Figure North Carolina 2021, but I also was able to redefine myself and give myself grace to be able to know that, listen, pageantry is not just all that you see, whenever you're looking on TV. There's that behind the scenes. And really, you hit on it, Dr. Tonya. Like, you don't know what we went through to get on the show this morning. But whenever it comes to pageantry, you don't know the work that you have to put in. It's not just the dresses. It's not just the glamour. It's not just the crown. What work are you willing to do in order to start from the beginning? Maybe not knowing anything about pageantry, being able to be guided, to listen, to be able to be nurtured, and to be able to become the queen that you didn't know that you could be. It's all in here. It's all in here. God has a purpose and a plan for your life. So whenever you hit a space in your life where you're seeing challenges, God has something to help you to be resilient and to rebound. And that's what the pageant process was for me. That, it doesn't matter how much your cheeks hurt when you're smiling. It doesn't matter how much your feet hurt, that you walked across the stage in these shoes. It doesn't matter how much you've, kind of sucked it in and put on the shapewear and all of those things to look absolutely beautiful, and to pick out the outfits and to get the makeup artist, and the list goes on and on. But it's your dedication, it is your desire and your persistence to win that tells everybody that around you that queen deserves to wear that crown. So that is my story.
Thank you so much. So inspiring. So inspiring. I don't want to just go over it. Queen Lunesha, I lost my mom about almost 5 years ago. So I still mourn the loss of my mom. I think I will for the rest of my life.
Yes.
So I'm so sorry to hear about what happened with you and your mom, and also with your father. I'm not trying to make light of that. And I'm just praying that God will continue to comfort you. And because that's really how I've been able to make it, is because of God really comforting me, because my mom truly was my greatest cheerleader, and that's one of the last things I said to her. And right when she passed away, was that I've lost somebody, one of my greatest supporters. So
absolutely.
So during those times, I pray that God will just continue to wrap his arms around both of us,
Yes.
both of us. And I like the fact that, when people go through things, I've done it where I've decided to, like, when I go through hard times, I may decide to do something I shouldn't do instead of doing something that's positive. I'm guilty of that,
Yes.
But I like the fact that you use pageantry, I think, as a stepping stone to help you go through those harsh times,
Yes.
and there's something about community, and there's something about being with a group of women like right now. I'm not alone. I have you all. And you know what? This is the truth behind the scenes. I have the both of you when we're not even all dolled up, you know.
Yes.
I can count on the both of you no matter what. Now that I'm not just making that up, that's the truth of the matter, you know.
Yes.
And so I believe that with pageantry, it's like a family, or it can be like a family. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and you grow and you develop that relationship.
Yes.
So so well done.
Definitely a sisterhood. Definitely a sisterhood.
Definitely
Yes.
sisterhood.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Yeah. And I think that's something that the three of us really do have, you know, for real.
Yes.
You know, really, we really do have that sisterhood. So thank you so much for sharing your story. Thank you for inspiring us.
Yes.
Thank you for reminding us that timing really is everything, you know, and there's a timing in God. And I really want to speak to some of the people that are listening to us right now about change. I'm on 100 days challenge right now, where I pick 3 different things, and I'm going to be doing it every day for the next 100 days or so, you know. Some things that I have not worked on, you know, and because I've had to pivot and I had to change, you know. And no matter where we are, you know, if there's something that's going on in your life right now, listening audience, that you just hate, that you want to see some type of change to make it happen, I say go ahead and just do it. Just do it. Just go ahead and pivot, make that change. Maybe you're the first person in your family that has ever gone to college. Just do it. You know, maybe you're the first person that's ever taken a trip. Just do it. Maybe you're the first person that's ever decided they're going to start a business. Just do it.
Yes.
Maybe you're the first person in your family that's going to help with a charity or an orphanage or something like that. Just do it. Whatever it is, just do it. But thank you so much, Queen Lunesha, and also Queen Angela, for sharing your stories. Now, I was watching. Do you guys know the name of the shows that come on about the little pageantry with the little girls? You know the name of that show? Are you familiar with that show at all?
I'm not.
You're not? Queen Lunesha, are you familiar with the show that comes on? I probably should have done some research.
I know one of them used to be like Tots and Tiaras.
Tots and Tiaras, but there's another one too.
Okay.
Yeah, there's another show
Tots
too.
and Tiaras.
I don't know the name of it, but my grandkids will know. If you know the name of the show, drop it in the comments if you're listening. And tell me the name of the show, because right now I don't remember. But on that show, there's a whole lot of stuff that be going down. So you know it's for TV, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of mess, a lot of arguments, you know, a lot of like, oh my goodness, a whole lot of crazy stuff that be going down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I decided, I said, this would be a good question. So what are some of the myths that we can debunk about pageantry? You know, what are some of the things that are just a lie? You know, so Queen Angela, can you start with some of the myths?
Yeah, I can actually say that I will say that being in this industry, I have learned the difference between a beauty pageant and a, you know, like a scholarship pageant or just a, you know, American Miss type of pageant. There are differences in that. You know, beauty pageants typically are just about beauty, how you look. It really isn't, you know, to the core of who you are, what type of woman that you are. And I can speak to my pageant. It was truly about the empowerment of women on every level. So you had the little kids all the way to over 50 for the senior women who wanted to compete. And it truly was about, you know, number one, you had to represent a nonprofit of your choice. And so it was given a lot of visibility to the nonprofit. My nonprofit of choice was Tomorrow's Not Yesterday, which is the nonprofit for autism. It goes along with, you know, similar to Autism Speaks and different things like that, as a tribute to my two nephews who are both autistic. One is nonverbal, the other one on the spectrum. So, you know, I use that as my platform at that particular time. Also, what I loved about it is that, you know, you did have to speak. I know most pageants do give you that one question, but this was actually, you know, kind of in depth. Like you had with my particular pageant, you had to get a question from each of the judges and you had to speak to them outside of actually, doing that in the performance night, but literally going in and actually, I didn't even think about that. That I actually got a perfect score on, they told me. So I was really excited about that because they grilled me. You know what I mean? Like they really grill you. But I should have gotten it. I'm like, hello, I'm an interviewer. I better get this right. If nothing else, I would have been walking back like that, a fox. But I just feel like I think that for the most part, a lot of the pageants with what we see on television, we do really feel like it's just about beautiful women being able to be in shape, different things like that. But with different types of independent pageants, it's about beauty from within. It is about how educated you are and, how you're able to articulate that to the world. And the other thing that I love is that for a lot of the younger girls, it was about, bullying initiatives. A lot of them actually got into the pageants because they were being, hurt by bullies. And what it was teaching them was that you don't even necessarily have to feel, like you're gonna that you have to go toe to toe with a bully, but you have to have enough love in yourself and confidence in yourself that they can't affect you, what people say. Because when you're in a pageant, and Queen Lunesha, you know this all too well, you're going to be judged from head to toe no matter what the situation. So if you're not strong enough to be able to handle the critiques, then it definitely, could, be a detriment. So in my pageant, I was literally the only minority. I was the only short person. I was the only plus size. And I was the only one that had never done a pageant before. So all of those things I had against me, and I decided to do it anyway. So, it just teaches you to love yourself in however God created you. He did create us all to be different. And you just have to, accept that and continue moving and just be proud of the contribution he created you for.
Amen. I love that. Thank you. So that's awesome. I didn't know that because I believe that because I'm unlearned about the pageantry world. I'm learning from you all today. So you do have to be a person of substance. You can't just be beautiful on the outside. You really do have to have something on the inside in here. And I love that. I loved how the young people were able to use what they had gone through bullying also and turn that around to something positive, And I think that's why I want my granddaughters to be a part of it.
Yes.
Because I want, more than anything, I want them to be confident individuals, really, really confident. And I think about my journey when I earned my MBA. I didn't fit the part, Angela, I'm shorter than you. I'm short. I'm really, really short, right? And
this is cute as a button, though. It did feel good to finally be taller than somebody.
But I am really, really short. I'm a short woman, and I just didn't fit what you would probably call a CEO, a CEO. You know what I'm saying? COO, what have you, CFO roles, right? Even though I had my MBA, I knew that I would sometimes probably be judged by the way I looked instead of what's in here. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not worried about getting hired. I am going to create my own business and I can be the CEO of my own company.
Amen.
Simple as that. So you use those things that are harsh to build, to build upon what our dreams really are. So Angela, thank you so much for telling us about that. Because I'm going to be honest with the both of you all could have just won on looks. Queen Lunesha, Queen Angela, because you both are so you're just beautiful women. You really are. You could have.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Queen Lunesha, is there anything that you can think of that you can add on to what Dr. A just shared?
Yes, and just to piggyback, truthfully, a lot of times, there is a true kind of misconception when it comes down to pageant queens that, they could be, kind of the mean girl syndrome, or, that they're not intelligent, or they are, just very superficial in a way. But whenever you get down to it, that you really have to stand for something, even outside of the, like the interview questions, your speech has to move your audience. It has to be able to allow them a window into who you are and what your message really is for the world, because it should truthfully, give and provide a platform for change. Your platform should be near and dear to your heart as well. And it's truthfully for mine, mine was, growth, empowerment, motivation, and support of yourself. So it literally, changed into what is now my business. So it was not just something that, I was talking about, but it was literally a lifelong journey and destination for me, as well as pageantry is not modeling. There's two different sides to that coin. Yes, you're beautiful. Yes, you're poised. Yes, you're walking. Sometimes even the runway, of course, in pageantry, but you're walking it in a different capacity. It is not about, truthfully, the clothes that you're displaying. It is really about you. The you has to come through the beautiful gowns and through the beautiful dresses. You have to shine through. Whereas the model, it is about the clothing. It's about what you're wearing. It is about, presenting that designer's details. So when we think about it, definitely whenever you're coming into pageantry, even if you've been a model, you want to be able to release your mind of everything that you know about modeling, to be able to take on the spirit of pageantry and to be able to, to just engulf and allow your presence to take hold into the runway, whether it is your talent, whether it's your speech, whether it's your platform, whatever it is, it should provide just a window into, the grace that you provide when you actually hit that stage. Your message, just everything about you should shine through. That nothing should take away from you. That they should see your heart and your message before they even see your makeup. We know we're visual, but everything, once you open your mouth, it shouldn't be about my crown. It shouldn't be about my sash. It shouldn't be about anything but the message that I have to bring. And then that is where people can learn to appreciate the crown and the sash that you wear, because you represent something way more than yourself.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Both of y'all are blown away. These answers, I'm telling you. Listening audience, oh wow, I had no idea. Wow, 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 wow. Yes, yes. Now you're making me want to leap over a wall.
I'm ready. I'm ready to see you do it. I'm ready to see
it. Yes.
Wow.
We're both in agreement. We're both in agreement.
Amen.
We are. And honestly, I want to even say this. It is such a misconception that it's not really a sisterhood. These girls, we depend on each other. And although, yes, we want to compete and only one can come away with the crown, you should have seen people like, I'll help you. Hey, your hair's out of place. Hey, let me fix this. That is so real. Like they really want to see everybody win. They know it can only be one. So in the meantime, you all can, do this together. And a lot of, girls compete with their best friends. And they've been competing for years. And one year their friend will get it. One year they'll get it. It is really a supportive sisterhood. And that's what I love as well.
Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that.
It is.
I love that. That means pageantry stands for what I believe in.
Yes.
I have been called by God to lead people to their wealthy place.
Amen.
In every area of their life.
Amen.
Body, soul, and spirit. I've been called by God to do that. So on purpose, I do things, whether I get paid for it or not.
Yes.
Just to support people. So this is definitely something that I really, really love. And when you all were talking, I just imagined all the different ways that you could support each other in pageantry, doing not just even with this show today, but also, like you said, Dr. A, behind the scenes, doing things like, that eyelash is coming off, sis. You probably, you need to probably put a little bit more glue or something on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We're
Yes.
not gonna let you go out there, with your crown crooked. Let's go ahead and you know what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
That we continue to support each other. So I love that. I love what it stands for. I really do. I really do. One of the things, I just got back from Jamaica and Colombia, and one of the things that I did in Jamaica and also in Colombia is that I practiced self-care, and I just did things that I'd never done before. And in Florida too. So on every destination I did some kind of self-care type things. And I was thinking about that also, Queen Lunesha, when you were speaking. I'm guilty of not really properly taking care of myself over the years. I really am guilty of that. And I believe that, we should do that as much as we can. If you can't afford somebody, if you can't afford for somebody to give you a massage, you can buy one of those little handheld massage things for like $50, and you can massage yourself or have your partner massage you. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's not like you have to have a whole lot of money to do it. And sometimes self-care is just sitting somewhere and just listening to some jazz music and not doing anything.
Yes.
That's self-care for me. Sometimes there are just days that I don't do any work, and I might just eat too much and watch TV. That's
my kind of day.
Yes.
That's self-care to me. That's so important to me.
Yes.
So, and that's why I like Growth, Empowerment, Motivation, Support LLC. You have a book, and we're going to drop that link so that we could actually buy Queen Lunesha's book. And Dr. A has a book that's coming also. What's the name of your book that's coming, Dr. A?
The Pain Behind My Smile.
The Pain Behind Her Smile. Yes. So we're going to drop some links. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Beautiful. I know both of these books are books that will be able to be a blessing to our listening audiences, and also to any sister that probably needs some kind of help or support. Let's purchase these items. Let's support our sisters, and let's help each other, right?
Yeah.
Let's do everything we can in thoughts, words, and deeds to support one another.
Absolutely. Yes.
I absolutely love doing that. And then another thing is I want to say is that I'm submitted to the process of my spiritual development.
Yes.
Amen.
So I give God permission, even now, even though we're live and I don't know who's listening, but I give God permission to just go throughout my life and take out everything that he's not want there, and then replace it with everything that he wants there.
Yes.
So that I can go ahead and truly walk in all that God has called me to walk in.
Yes.
And, and that's something I pray for everybody that's listening here, and also for all of us.
Yes.
And also for the young women that are coming up, maybe you should try pageantry, and every time I think of pageantry, I just think of confidence. When you guys walk that stage, there's such confidence there, and even if people fall, they get right on back up, adjust themselves. It's like they didn't even fall.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? And they just keep on going, and I think that that's something that we can learn, that we really can learn. So it's been too long. I'm sorry for keeping y'all so long, but I have one more question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
How do you translate what you've learned in pageantry as far as the confidence in your everyday life? I don't know who wants to go first. How do you translate what you learned in pageantry in your everyday life?
I'm happy to go. So one of the things that, and it's the slogan that we actually have, is that size has no barrier on beauty. It's literally a pageant slogan that we have with the Miss Full Figure North Carolina pageant and the full brand, truthfully, and USA pageant as well. Because whenever you think about, if you dedicate yourself to only solely looking at your size, everybody's different sizes. And if size has a barrier on beauty, then some people wouldn't fit into that category. But because we are outside of the box thinkers, we're able to step out every single day of our lives. And because we represent not only just ourselves, we not only represent our companies that we own and our own brand, but your face is on a website somewhere under a pageant system that says you're a queen. So the way that it translates into your life is that you walk and you talk and you carry yourself as a queen. Does that mean that I'm always dressed up and in a crown? Even if I have on a sweatsuit, my queendom shows every single day through how I treat people, how I speak to people. It does not matter who you are, where you come from, or any walk of life, because we're all coming from different areas in life. But no matter who you are, I I pride myself in treating everybody like they want to be treated.
Yes.
Because at
Amen.
the end of the day, a smile, just a hearty hello, just a wave can change someone's day. And for a queen, you could literally change the course of someone's life. Someone could be feeling like nobody cares about me, that I'm invisible, nobody sees me, that there are people that are dealing with mental health issues and depression and things like that, and sometimes just a smile will change your day. So as the pageant queen, even if that's not your platform, mental health, or just being able, love will change anything, and it conquers everything. So as a pageant queen, we should be able to go into our communities, because our community is what is helping us, right? So we
Yeah.
should be able to give back in our community, whether through community service, or just a smile. It can change somebody's life in your community. So you wear your crown every day, even if the physical crown is not visible.
Amen. I
Amen.
love that. I
So
love that,
sweet.
Queen Lanisha.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it really isn't anything else to really speak to about that. What I realized about my pageant journey is vulnerability. I realized that I've always relatively kind of been confident, because even in the years of my youth, where plus size was a big thing, I wasn't even big back then, but I was bigger than my mom. So I always was considered plus size. So for me, I always kind of had like this natural rebellion when, I would be compared to like, hey, you should look like your friend and this and that. I'm like, for what? I mean, she's just skinny, like whatever. So for me, I've never had like this ideal that I wanted to be anything other than who I am. So I think when I got into the pageant, though, what it allowed me to see is that there is just so much of this big world, and there are people out here that really need us. They really, really do. So everybody doesn't wake up feeling good about themselves. Everybody doesn't have this idea, because we live in a commercial world. Everything has to be pretty on point or whatever. We've always been in that kind of world. It's just been in the last, decade where we've actually been trying to put an emphasis on beauty, period. And it all starts from within. I just don't even think you could be a beautiful person unless your heart is where it needs to be. And I can prove that, because so many, you could see someone that the world doesn't feel like is that attractive, and they're with like this absolutely gorgeous guy, and they'll say, well, how did she get him? Because of her heart. He saw she was beautiful, because inside she's beautiful. You can have someone that is to the nines, and they could be a jerk with a personality, and you don't even see how pretty they are. You know what I mean? So pageants have just helped me to understand who I truly am, to embrace that, and then just be who you are. Don't try to fit a mold that you think someone else is going to want, because in the reality, it'll never make you comfortable. I feel like a lot of people who lack confidence in what they say, because they're always saying things that they think people want to hear. Just say who you are. They either respect that or they don't. So those, that's just kind of how I live my life, just knowing who you are, accepting who you are, and then knowing that somebody in this world needs that. And that's truly what keeps me going each and every day. And that is with or without the crown. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, for the most part, this crown has been sitting. I had to shine it off. You know what I mean? It's not like we get a chance to wear them all the time. So it just felt good to be able to put it on. But I wear this crown subliminally every day, and that's what we have to remember.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing that. Betsy said that both of you, what you said has been really well said, and you're really, really encouraging me And I'm going to remember this conversation for the rest of my life, for sure.
Amen.
Really going to remember this conversation. So
Yeah.
it's not about just clothes. It's not about just being beautiful, but it's about what's in here, and it's about how you show what's in here.
Amen.
That's
Yeah.
really what pageantry is all
Yes.
about. Looking
Yes.
outside of yourself. And then Queen Lunesha reminded us to make sure that we practice self-care, that
Yes.
we grow within, that we grow on the inside also.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you all, both of you, for being a part of the Mucho Dinero network. There were so many questions that were coming up from the different comments. We'll have to go back later and look at some of those questions. And wow, all I can say is wow, 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 wow. So I know that Queen Lunesha does pageant coaching, and I've already placed her link for her book also already in the comments. So be sure to go ahead and grab some books from her. Buy one for yourself and buy one for someone else. And you're gonna find Dr. Angela Foxworth on the Mucho Dinero TV show. She's one of our pioneers. She's on our network. You will find her show on our show.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put a link here. But is there any place where people can find the both of you? Angela, where can people find you?
So for me, I actually, and I apologize, I've changed my link to my my I should have gotten this to you beforehand, but I changed the link to my platform, like the Angela Foxworth show page. And I
Okay.
just don't know it by heart. I was gonna get it back to you later so that you can add it to the platform.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that. And then in the meantime, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Angela.
No, I was saying, but I do have a website, so I will get that link to you. And then the book tour is supposed to be finished in December. So I'll start sending information for that in January.
Awesome. And the name again of the book is?
The Pain Behind My Smile.
The Pain Behind My Smile. Wow. What a story. I can only imagine.
Thank you.
So if you want to, you can find Dr. Angela Fox on LinkedIn, because you do have a presence on LinkedIn. Yes. And if you want to get in contact with her, also, I dropped the Mucho Dinero TV website there. I'll be sure to pass on any information that you'd like to share with her. Both of these ladies are going to end this podcast, end this TV show by singing a song.
Really?
You
did not say anything about a song.
Listen, I am kidding.
I was getting ready to clear my vocals up and get started.
I just thought I would say that. Let me tell you why I'm saying that. Both of you don't know this, but behind the scenes, and Dr. A, I know you can sing. Queen Lunesha, you can sing because I heard you sing, right? But I'm just kidding. I don't expect you to sing today. But
oh my gosh. Listen, I was like, well, we're gonna get into Angela. We got it.
I was gonna follow your lead. A queen does what a queen does.
Queen does. Listen, when in Rome.
That's a good one. That's a good joke. And see, this is another thing my husband says. My husband says that when I'm interviewing people, he told me to make sure that I smile.
Yes.
That's why I always smile, right? And then the second thing is this. I really am not a serious person, you know? I love having fun.
Yes.
I really do. But I think because I'm a global business, consultant, I believe that a lot of people don't know that part of me, They really don't. But they got to see it today. Oh my goodness.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. That was funny.
Yeah, but y'all are always ready. The queens are always ready. I know you are. And I don't know if we've been here for a little while, so I know it's time to go. I don't want to leave, but I know it's time to go. Is there anything that you would like to share with the listening audience before we leave? Just something real quick.
I'll just reiterate, be yourself. Just be yourself and love who you are.
Amen. Amen. And you, Queen Lunesha?
just continue being who God called you to be and continue to walk in purpose, on purpose.
Amen. On
Yes.
purpose. Amen. Amen. And I want to encourage everybody to join our 100 days challenge that we're doing, picking 3 things that that you want to do in order to change something about your life, and doing it every day, no matter what. Even if it rains, snows, sleet, whatever, you do it every day, no matter what. Thank you so much for listening to the Mucho Dinero TV show. Thank you, Queen Lunesha. Thank you, Queen Angela, for empowering us, inspiring us, encouraging us, teaching us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you do have a call to action. Your call to action is go buy that book. Go buy Lunesha's book.
Amen.
That's your call to action. Share out this this specific episode to everybody that you know. And I want to thank you so much for subscribing to the YouTube channel and for supporting us. We love you.
I love you.
Love
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, we ended.
All right.
All right. Thank you
Yes,
so
that
much.
was awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That made me laugh so good.
I wanted to not have to wear my glasses. I need to go buy some new glasses. But thank you so much for being a part of the program. I don't know if my daughter and my daughter-in-law have gotten back with you yet to set up any appointments. I hope they will soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
They haven't done it as of yet. I haven't seen it come through.
Hey, Millie.
But I will check.
Oh, I'm still on there? Oh. Thank you, Millie.